Welcome back. My name is Carey, and today I'm going to tell you why your new manufactured home might be delayed. If you haven't noticed, we're in the middle of an absolutely crazy housing frenzy, and I'm starting to see more and more comments on my channel from new home buyers whose homes have been delayed. The problem with delays is if you have no idea it's even a possibility, you'll just be going about your life expecting to be moved in by a certain day, and whammo, blindsided. I like manufactured homes as much as the next guy, actually probably more, but I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that there's 0% chance that your new home is going to be delayed, especially right now. I've been in the manufactured home business since 2009, so while I won't claim to have seen it all, I've certainly seen a few things and wanna shed some light on what might be causing some of the delays we're seeing right now. What I'm gonna do is tell you the main causes for delays at each step of the process, then give you an update on a project I'm working on. And yes, it is currently delayed, so let's get into it. When I first started in this business, I would always tell people the exact day the factory projected a home to be finished, which I quickly learned was not very smart. If anything went wrong, the homes would be delayed, which always resulted in less than pleased clients. A few PO'd clients later, I started adding a buffer to whatever the factory projected, because then if there was a delay, the home would usually still be on time. There were a few occasions where the delay were longer than my buffer, but for the most part, it's worked pretty well. Two of the main reasons a home can be delayed at the factory are a shortage of materials needed to finish the home or a surge in demand that was more than they were expecting, and both of those reasons are pretty common in a normal year. As we know, 2021 is anything but a normal year, so we have those typical problems causing delays, but now it's like they're on steroids. Factories are still playing catch up on building material shortages caused by shutdowns that affected the supply chain. Plus, we have massive demand on all types of homes, so more builders are fighting for less material. Speaking of demand, factories are getting way more orders than they're expecting, and I think that caught them off guard. It's easy to assume that they can just hire more people, but that's easier said than done because they're looking for skilled workers and they have to train them on their systems and processes before the output at the factory actually increases. It reminds me of when I used to work at McDonald's. We would plan for surges around meal times and be ready for it, but occasionally out of nowhere, a literal busload of people would come in, and what would normally take 2 to 3 minutes to get a meal was now taking 30 to 45 minutes because we weren't expecting it and had no way to plan for it. This is exactly what we're seeing right now in manufactured homes. They had planned for their meal times, spring and summer, but then 3 busloads of people rolled into the parking lot, and now they'll be spending the rest of the year trying to catch up, which is why we're seeing so many delays. When the house is done and ready to be picked up, you aren't necessarily out of the woods just yet. The transport companies are swamped as well. The trucks required to move a manufactured home are customized, and the drivers live and die by this industry. The people who move manufactured homes do it and do it well, but it's not very often new drivers come into the industry, so it makes it hard to scale up when things get crazy. They work very hard, but they're limited to the amount of time they can legally be on the road. What usually causes delays in the transport of a home is they'll be running the trucks as hard as they can to get the homes to the people, and something will break down. That causes a domino effect of delays for all the other homes that need to be delivered. A lot of the trucking companies work for multiple dealers, so if they have a breakdown working for one dealer, it can have an effect on everyone else in that area as they try and juggle things around to fit every delivery in, but eventually everything ends up getting pushed back, causing delays. Right now, I don't think this is going to be as big of a problem as what's going on at the factories, but it's definitely something to keep in mind because when things are as busy as they are right now, shipping delays are fairly common. The final step of the process that could hold up your new manufactured home is everything that has to happen on site before your house arrives. Even if your house isn't scheduled to be done for another 6 months, don't procrastinate on the site prep because those companies are busy as well. In this step, I include running the services to the home site, any permits required, and preparing the access to get the home to its final location. Plumbers, electricians, landscapers, engineers, and city staff are all working flat out right now, so you definitely want to get them going on your lot as soon as possible, and if they happen to finish early, it's just a bonus and one less thing you have to worry about. What happens if by some miracle you find out your home is going to be done early and you aren't ready for it? What's going to happen is there's going to be a bunch of added stress that could have been avoided. I've seen it many times. This is the exact phase that I'm currently delayed on our project, so let's go check out the progress and I'll tell you what's holding us up. Just before I show you the progress, if you want to see where we started on this lot, I've got a playlist that will take you from start to finish, right from before we bought it up until where we are right now. So check that out if you want to see where it all started here. So you can see we've got the house going over here. We've taken a little bit of slope out of the driveway, so it's more of a gradual grade coming in. We're gonna put a concrete pad for where the house will sit, and then there's a bit of separation between the neighbor there. We are near the airport. I don't know if you can hear that in the background, but there's a plane flying overhead. So we've got it kind of prepped for the garage shop. I had it out to a pole. I still haven't made my mind up. I thought at least if I prepped for it, then someone can put it in later, or I might still put it in, I'm not sure. Speaking of which, I do really appreciate all the feedback I got from that other video. I got a ton of responses and everyone's perspective really helps me, so thank you to everyone that commented on that one. So you can see the excavator has stopped working because we are delayed. And what happened was we don't have the drawings done from the engineer for the septic field. So nothing else can really be done here because that's going to go down in this area over here. So now we wait. It's not really that bad of a thing because we weren't planning to move the home yet anyways. But once you start something, you don't really want to see nothing happening. But that's exactly what we've got going on here at the moment. When we get the drawings from the engineer, things will start moving again and we will get back to work. There is still quite a bit of work to be done over here. Let's go over to the home site. I'll tell you what's going on there because right now it's just dirt. This is where the front corner will be, right there. It goes up over there. It's a 60-foot house. So the city still has to come in and run the water line into the property, and then the guys from Mounts will run it the rest of the way. They were supposed to come this week, but nothing yet. And we still need the power. And obviously the septic can be done once the engineered drawings are finished. So we've got a ways to go, but right now, here's the current condition. It's looking good. That's the progress update from our project, which is currently delayed like many others across North America. I'm gonna head back to the office and we'll wrap this thing up. All over North America, there's massive demand for housing right now, and everyone is working hard to get new homes built. The increased demand is fueling supply shortages, and we have backlogs that are way longer than we normally see in the manufactured home business. Unfortunately, until things settle down, delays are going to be part of the process, and the whole point of this video was to let you know what can go wrong. So if it does happen, you're ready for it, and hopefully it won't cause as much extra stress. That's all I've got for today. If you like manufactured home videos, make sure to subscribe to my channel because I got new ones coming out every single week. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.